Hello class, today we're going to read Owl Howl by Paul Frester and Philip Goosen. Now this story is about a little owl, and we're going to be using what we've been learning so far of how to tell what a person is feeling by what's on their face. We talked about how a smile and their eyes, they're up, and maybe they're doing something like jumping up and down. Maybe that means they're happy. But if they have a frown, their eyebrows are down, they might have tears, they might be sad. Or if their face is all scrunched up, maybe they're angry. So when we get to the baby owl that's on the cover in the story, we're going to draw his face. Then we're going to see how he feels and what happens. So here's the story. One afternoon in the forest, the air was filled with a terrible howl. Hoo! Hoo! At first, the animals thought it was the old wolf. See all the different animals. And look, they all have different emotions. Their eyes are real big. Some of them are hiding. Maybe do you hide when you get scared? Let's look. The hedgehog was the first to investigate. Investigate means that he's looking. He's trying to figure out where is the noise coming from. With all his prickles, he felt very brave. He crept cautiously to the big tree. Cautiously means that he was very careful. When you cross a street, you're very cautious, you're very slow, and you wait to see if there's any danger. That's what he's doing. There's baby owl. Let's see what happens. It wasn't the wolf. It was a tiny owl. She was howling miserably. It means she was sad. But let's see. What's wrong? Asked the hedgehog. Did you fall out of your nest? But the little owl just shook her head and kept on howling. So let's look. She's got, her eyes are all closed, and her mouth, it's a frown, and there are little tears. So what emotion do you think she's feeling? Let's keep reading. Next, the crow swooped down. Do you want to play? He asked the owl. But the little owl just shook her head and kept on howling. So let's look. She's still sad. Why do you think she's sad? I don't know. Let's keep reading. Suddenly, there was a rustling in the bushes. Are you hungry? Asked the squirrel, bursting with curiosity. Another big word. I have a nut for you. But the little owl didn't want a nut and just kept on howling. You know, sometimes when some of you are upset, I notice that if you have a snack, you might feel better. Do you think that's what happened here? Do you think that's why the crow asked if the baby owl wanted to play? Or if the squirrel wanted to see if maybe the owl was hungry? What is going on here? Asked the mole. Here he is. He said to the little owl, if you stop howling, I will give you something nice. Let's think, what do you think it would be? What do you think would be a nice thing to help baby owl calm down? Let's see. It's a necklace of flowers. But look. Let's see. Baby owl still has a frown. And it still is crying. Do you think that if you had a necklace, which one would you feel? I think I'd feel happy. But baby owl isn't. Maybe something happened. Let's keep reading. The mole dug his way to the meadow and came back with a colorful necklace made of flowers. But the little owl just shook her head and kept on howling. Maybe the necklace isn't what she wanted. Maybe it's something else. The old stag beetle scuttled along next. He looked at the owl sternly. He looked like this. What emotion do you think he was feeling? He's got his eyebrows down, and he's got his mouth all. Let's see. You should be ashamed of yourself, howling like that. This sort of thing never happened in my day. I'm going to nip your bottom. We're not supposed to do that. Now the little owl howled even louder. Would you do that if someone said they were going to pinch your bottom? Now he's crying even more. I'm sorry, she's crying even more. But look, they're making something. And there's little baby owl. Look what you've done, scolded the animals. The stag beetle felt terrible and ran to find a large cobweb. A cobweb is what a spider makes. That's its home. Why don't we rock the little owl? He suggested. She is sure to like that. So look, they're making something that will rock the baby owl. Why do you think rocking might help? Let's find out. So they rocked the little owl. The mole even hummed a lullaby. That's a lot like when all of you take a nap. We turn the lights down low and play soft music. I bet they're trying to see if baby owl is crying because she's sleepy. But the little owl just kept on hollering. Maybe that's not what she needed. Then suddenly she flew right out of the hammock. That's what this is. That's what they made for her. Where do you think she's flying to? And straight into the wings of Mommy Owl. Have you ever been upset and your mom comes? I think the baby owl is finally going to tell the mommy what's wrong and maybe they can fix it. What's wrong, sweetheart? Why are you howling like that? Asked Mommy Owl. So look, all this time, the baby owl was sad. She was crying. And they tried to make her happy. But she was just so sad. So let's find out. Let's find out why. All the animals held their breath, waiting to hear the answer. The little owl stopped howling at once. She sniffed a little. Then cheeped quietly. Why do you think she was sad? Do you think maybe she was scared that she'd been away from Mommy? Or maybe she was hungry and she didn't want the nut. Or she was tired, but maybe that wasn't where she's supposed to nap. You know, all of you are big boys and girls now. So when you cry a lot and we can't figure out what's wrong, we get sad too. So that's why we always say use your words. Do you think that if the baby owl had said, I don't want a nap, I don't want something to eat, I don't want a pretty necklace, I want my mommy, do you think the animals would have gotten to the mommy sooner? I think that they would have. So we need to remember when we're upset, we need to tell people why so we can help you. So let's look. The baby owl's about to tell mommy why she's been crying this whole time. I forgot! The baby owl forgot why she was so sad. And look at her face. She doesn't have tears anymore. Let's see. She has big eyes. And her mouth, let's look. It has a tiny little smile to it. So let's think. Does she look grumpy? No. Is she sad? She's not crying anymore. I think she's happy. I think she finally is happy. You all did very well today.